Hello, Andy. How are you today?
Doing pretty well.
How was the drive here?
It was pretty nice. I mean, a little bit rough on the highways just because of snow, but other than that, it's pretty good. Found you guys relatively easily.
It's good to hear. Good to hear. Well, now that you've come here, I'd like to know, how did you become acquainted with our organization?
Well, I became acquainted with Coke just growing up. I mean, I saw you guys' commercials all the time. I mean, you guys, Coke products are around the world. I don't think anybody goes a day without seeing them at least somewhere, whether in advertising or actual physical product. But I actually found out about the accounts manager internship from a career fair on Xavier University's campus. And looking further on your guys' website, I noticed a lot of the values that you guys share, such as integrity, I share in myself as well, and a lot of your mission statement. I'm working and striving and to perfect as common nature for myself.
It's all good to hear. You understand our company very well. Could you tell me a little bit about your work experience and how it relates to the company?
So I've done a lot of not only spreadsheets and Excel work, working for Coffee Emporium, having to plan food inventories, milk inventories, various different inventories to help operate a store. The stores that I've worked at for Coffee Emporium, but I've also had to do a lot of interpersonal communication, and a lot of that involves kind of having to do a lot of sales for Coffee Emporium. And so working there, what I've had to do is had to work through with customers, ask them the right questions, figure out what kind of drink or food that they would want, and so that I can provide them the best quality product that I can provide for them.
All right, that is excellent to hear. Could you tell us a little bit about your education here at Xavier University?
So a lot of the stuff that I've learned is a lot of Excel-based work, especially in my finance courses, and a lot of this Excel work includes such things as valuing a firm, using discounted cash flows, as well as also learning a lot about Bloomberg terminals and using those to predict and project kind of where a company is and where it's going to be going, as well as how certain economies and certain measures of the economy, how they value it and where it's going, specifically such things as the stock market or valuing bonds. Something else I've done a lot experience in is the business professions program, working a lot on etiquette, whether it be professional etiquette in the way I dress, or business meetings etiquette, or dinner etiquette while out with a client.
That's all excellent things to hear about that. Can you tell me a little bit about your extracurricular activities and how they relate to our company?
So a lot of the extracurriculars I've done reflect, again, those communication skills and having to work a lot with interpersonal skills and asking the right questions. So, personally for me, I am currently on Xavier University's peer review board, and my main responsibility is not only as a member of it, but having chaired it for the past semester, is having to make sure that I am asking the right questions and the appropriate questions, not only to get the right answers, but make sure that they are ethical and making sure that they are proper questions to get the right answers to influence my decision on how a certain student's conduct history will be changed based on this. And this would be great reflected in an accounts manager position at Coca-Cola, in that because of this, I know exactly the right questions or the right format of questions to ask to get the right answers necessary to help the customer get the product or service that we can best offer them.
All right, those are all good things to hear. You did an excellent job. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.